They joked that I should order water because it was closer to my budget, and when the bill came, it told the waiter not to hand it to me because I'd probably panic. I stayed quiet because I already knew how this dinner would end. My name is Adrian Cole, and the people laughing across that table were once the friends I thought would be in my life forever. We met in college. Same classes, same projects, same late-night study sessions. The difference was they had money, and I didn't. Back then, they treated it like a personality trait. I was the scrappy one, the budget genius.
The guy who could stretch $10 into dinner for three. I laughed with them at the time. It felt harmless.
Years passed. We drifted. They went into family businesses, finance firms, corporate tracks. I went into operations and small private investments. Quiet work. No social media posts. No bragging. Just steady moves. Then one of them invited me to a reunion dinner. Our treat, the message said. Come see how the winners live now. I should have noticed the tone, but curiosity won. The restaurant they picked was one of those places where the lighting is low and the prices are high. It's the kind where nobody looks at the right side of the menu. When I walked in, they were already halfway through drinks and loud stories. They greeted me, but not warmly. More like spectators noticing a late arrival. One guy smirked and said, "Man, you look exactly the same." Another added, "Consistency is important, especially financially." The table laughed. I smiled and sat down. Nobody asked what I was doing these days. Not one person. They ordered aggressively like they were trying to impress each other, not eat. Extra courses, premium upgrades, bottles instead of glasses.
Ow.
Then someone turned to me and said, "Don't feel pressured. They have sandwiches too." More laughter. I ordered something simple again, not out of fear, out of habit. I don't waste money to perform for people. The conversation kept circling back to money, bonuses, houses, cars. One of them described his watch longer than he described his job. Every few minutes, someone slid in a joke about my minimalist lifestyle. It wasn't friendly teasing anymore. It was ranking. Then came the line that changed the tone. The waiter asked if we wanted to start a tab or split later. One of them pointed at me and said, "Don't split. He'll need emotional support." The table burst out laughing again. I didn't react. I just sent one short text. Dinner continued. More stories. More subtle digs. Nobody noticed I'd gone quiet. Humiliation is easier when the target doesn't resist. When the bill arrived, it was placed in the center like a trophy. Nobody reached for it. They looked at each other, then at me. "Come on," one said, sliding it closer to my plate. "Build character." Another added, "This is a safe space. If your card cries, we won't judge." That's when footsteps approached. Fast, direct, professional. The floor director stopped beside the table. "Good evening," he said, looking at me first. "Sorry for the delay. We received your message." The laughter stopped midair. I stood. "All good," I told him. He turned slightly toward the group. "Your table has been fully transferred under Mr. Cole's partner account." Blank faces. One friend blinked. "Transferred how?" The director answered calmly. "Ownership partner ledger. He's one of the investors in this location." No dramatic pause. No performance. Just information. The silence hit harder than any comeback I could have made. Someone actually whispered, "You're kidding." I shook my head. No. Another leaned forward. "Since when?" 3 years, I said, before the expansion. They searched my face like they'd missed a chapter somewhere. The loudest guy at the table tried to recover first. "Why wouldn't you say something earlier?" I gave him the only honest answer. "Because you never asked who I became, only what I looked like." Nobody had a joke ready for that. The energy flipped completely. Posture changed. Voices dropped. Suddenly I was being listened to by the same people who were laughing 10 minutes earlier. The director asked if everything else was satisfactory. I told him yes, then added, "Send dessert to the kitchen crew tonight, on my side." He nodded with a small smile and left. No one mocked my order now. No one mocked my clothes. No one mocked anything. Conversation restarted, but careful, filtered, almost polite. Respect built from shock instead of understanding. When we stood to leave, they moved out of my way automatically. That didn't happen when I arrived. Outside, one of them said, "We seriously misread you." I answered, "You didn't read me at all." Another asked if we could meet again properly this time. I said maybe. I drove home in the same car, same apartment waiting, same quiet life. Something important had clarified. Some people don't measure you wrong. They measure you shallow. And the strongest correction isn't loud. It's timed.